put you down right there. Perfect. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is my fault. My apologies for not getting out another video earlier this week I think it was a week 6 video. I decided that I kind of wanted to take this week off on trying to do that. I am still doing the prep. I just didn't want to focus on making a video for that. Instead, I wanted to kind of have a more chilled Q&A video, which is what we are going to be doing here. I asked on my Instagram what are questions that you guys have for me for this video, and I got a lot of responses, so we're going to be going through those here shortly. But just to give a little update on the cut, I weighed this morning at 193. Everything's going good. Energy is going up. All right, we're gonna get through these questions real quick. All right, first question: who is cooler, Monica or Tyler? All right, Monica. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go with Tyler because A, I'm not a simp, and B, I've got the boys on my side. So obviously, Tyler is cooler. No, I'm kidding. I love both of you guys a lot. You guys are really, really cool. I like this question a lot. Who is your hero? So somebody that I look up to a lot is Ross Edgley. If you guys don't know who he is, he's the guy that swam around Great Britain. He's climbed the equivalent height of Mount Everest on a rope. I think it was within 48 hours. Ran a marathon with a 100-pound tree on his back. He ran 1,000 miles barefoot with a 50-kilogram backpack on, and he did a full marathon pulling a 2-ton car, I believe. There's a lot I could go on, but just the fact that no matter how much pain or no matter what goes wrong in his life, he always looks at it positive. Like for example, shit, I just broke my foot or something. I don't know. He laughs at absolutely everything. He's such a positive guy. That was a terrible example, but as for the on the Great Britain swim, when he swam around Great Britain, his tongue was falling out. His skin was sticking to his wetsuit. He was stung in the face for over, I think, 8 hours because he had a jellyfish on his face that he did not know of. But at the end of the day, he never sought out to be negative. He always stayed positive, kept a smile on his face, and he kept going and pushing. So as for that, I would say he's my hero. Besides, obviously, my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad are my biggest heroes besides Ross Edgley. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? Anywhere but Texas at this point. I've lived in Texas for 20 years now. I'm now trying to actually move to Colorado here within the next few months. But with COVID, I don't know how soon I can get out there. It may be a little bit longer. But right now, I would love to live out in Colorado, but a dream place of mine would be somewhere out in Oregon, Washington, maybe even somewhere in Canada. I don't know, but somewhere where it's nice and cool, kind of by the coast so I can go surfing, and somewhere that's not 112 degrees every day. What is your biggest fear? I would have to say my biggest fear would have to be heights. Growing up, I used to think it was roller coasters. Turns out roller coasters are fine. I just didn't trust them. They're a little sketchy, as I'm sure a lot of you can kind of agree with that. But I would definitely say heights. Heights is a big thing. I get bad anxiety whenever I do rope climbing. Just recently when I was in Colorado with my brother, I was climbing at Movement Climbing Gym. And as I was going up this wall, I think it was an 60 to 80 foot wall, might be, I swear it was 80 feet, but it might not be 80 feet. Even then, I faced my fear that day and I climbed all the way to the top. And I kid you not, it was probably the most sketched thing I have done in a while. But I am proud of myself for facing my fears, as I encourage you guys to do that as well. What would you change about yourself if you could? Honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. Everything about me now, or anything really about me is it about me? Yeah, change anything about yourself if you could. So I wouldn't change a thing about myself. I honestly am in love with my personality, not trying to boost my ego, but my personality, how I treat people, how I always sought out to be positive and happy, and how I love to motivate others. Like, that is who I want to be, and the fact that I'm able to do that makes me so happy. But if you are really looking for an answer on what I should change about myself, I would go back to when I was 11 years old, and I would tell him to stop getting 2 double Baconators from Wendy's with the Frosty and fries. Maybe then I would not have been so overweight. That's what I would change. This is a really interesting question. I don't think I've ever been asked this. If money was no object, what would you do all day? For me, I would be traveling. I would easily travel. It is a dream of mine to travel around the world, especially meeting new people, really getting to know and learn about different cultures, what people like typically do day to day, how they work, how they eat, what they do with their family and stuff like that. That always interests me. But yeah, definitely travel. How many pairs of shoes do you own? I would say close to 12, if I had to guess. Maybe 12, 13. Yeah, I'd say about 12 to 13. What would you do if you won the lottery? Honestly, I would donate a lot of it to charities, especially with everything that's going on around the world. There's a lot of places being struck hard with storms. I would love to help them out. I'd love to feed the homeless, do all that kind of stuff. Definitely would give quite a bit of it to my parents, just because I believe they have worked so hard to get me where I am today, and the rest of my family, that I think that they deserve, honestly, everything in the world. They're the most wholehearted people that I know, and I genuinely believe that I want to give them the best life that they can possibly live. And if that comes to money to help them travel or buy their dream house, then I'd love to do that. But a lot of it would definitely go towards charities, just because I love to help people. If you were a superhero, what powers would you have? This is a good question. Growing up, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z. I even watched the Dragon Ball Super series, which was pretty cool. Yes, this is going to be a big nerd moment, so skip ahead if you don't want to listen. But Goku becoming a Super Saiyan, that would be my absolute power. Just that overall, you get stronger whenever you're backed into a corner, whenever there's quite literally nothing else you can do, or if you get angry, just overall just getting stronger. That would be my superpower. And I'm gonna get roasted by my buddy Riley because he tells me every time he asks this question to not pick Dragon Ball Z related things. I'm like, obviously, if it's not Dragon Ball Z, it would be Superman. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to? 1980, just because I really love the vibe, the music, the kind of food that people would eat. I just think that's pretty cool. This is honestly a question I get a lot. Are you on steroids? I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. I am not on steroids. I am 100% natural. Honestly, I don't even really believe that I mean, you can't see because I'm wearing a hoodie, but I don't think I look like I would be on steroids. I've seen people that have been on steroids, and to be fair, you can't really tell they're on steroids until you look at their strength, and it's a pretty weird thing. I'm not super big into the research of what steroids can really do, or how you can tell someone has it or they're on it, but I promise you guys I'm not on anything. The whole reason why is because A, I'm not super interested in that kind of stuff. B, I want to be overall one of the healthiest people on this planet. And C, I actually promised my mother that I would always remain natural, just because she would always worry about my health overall. And obviously with me, that is the last thing I ever want to do, is just put my mom at a state where she's worrying about my health. Because I think my health is probably one of the most important things to me. I know you used to do powerlifting. Do you plan on doing any more competitions in the future? No. Just because I know powerlifting can put your body at such a toll that I know people that are, when they're 40 or 50, just because they did powerlifting before, especially like high school powerlifting, they can hardly move. Their body is just so shot and so destroyed from whenever they're lifting 600 plus pounds on deadlift and squatting so much weight and benching so much weight. Really, I'm not even focused on getting that strong. I am focused on getting stronger in the future, but I'm not going to be powerlifting just because I don't want to put my body at risk. I want to be able to run marathons when I'm 50 or 60 years old. And that's really the whole reason why. No hate for the sport. I love the sport. The energy is phenomenal. Highly recommend doing it at least once. It was on my bucket list, and that's why I did it. And I don't regret doing it, I guess. That's how you say it. Yeah, no. Overall, no, I won't be competing anymore in powerlifting. Just simply for my body's health and safety. Do you plan on doing a bodybuilding show? See, that's also another thing, is that I'm like 60% no, 40% yes. Just because I'm still kind of learning the thing. If I had a coach that could properly like teach me how to do it, then maybe. But as of right now, no. I would say if I were to do one, I would be closer to 22, 23, where my body's a lot more developed. I have a lot more knowledge in the sport. But as of right now, no. What celebrity would you like to meet and have coffee with? These questions are so generic, I love it. Honestly, Ross Edgley. Just because he's such a positive guy, such a positive influence on my life, changed my perspective on life. That is definitely someone that I would love to sit down and have coffee with and just talk about life with. Just because simply he has changed my outlook on so many things. I've learned so much from him. I actually plan on trying to get his book here pretty soon, The Art of Resilience. It's out on Amazon, but I want to get the hardcover and read it. I think it'll be super cool. But for that question, I would like to be with Ross Edgley for sure. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? So in 10 years, I will be 30 years old. My hopes and dreams is that, I know this is gonna sound pretty cheesy, but I would love to be an athlete for a big company. Like, a lot of people are trying to be an athlete for Gymshark, just because Gymshark is such an amazing community of people. Everyone looks at each other like family. They all work together so well. They get to travel the world together and meet people that are inspired by their work. And that's honestly everything that fits me. That is probably, I would say, my dream, is to be a Gymshark athlete and to grow a bigger audience on YouTube and be able to make a living off of this. So I'm hoping within 3 to 4 years, I can at least start making a living off of YouTube. Maybe by then try to be an athlete for a big company. If not, it's totally cool. I don't mind riding solo. But definitely just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. That's the biggest thing. It's just, you gotta always be happy. Who knows you the best? I would say my mother. My mother and I grew up pretty close. She's my best friend, and she supports me on everything that I do, as my father does too. But I would say my mom knows me best, just because it's like the mother-son bond as a father-daughter bond. It's like the exact same thing. But I would say either my mother or my brother for sure. What is one thing you will never do again? Probably ride a roller coaster, because honestly they're still pretty sketched and they're not really that fun for me. Besides Batman at Six Flags. That was an okay one. What's your favorite movie? I'd have to say either Interstellar or the Lord of the Rings series. Easy. Do you think he will bring the man bun back? Honestly, I've debated it a lot, but just because my hair is so thick, it will literally turn into a lion mane, which is, for some of y'all might think it's pretty cool. But for me, it is very annoying to deal with. I look like I have an orange afro on my head. So honestly, I don't think I will be bringing the man bun back anytime soon. The beard, on the other hand, I am kind of debating on bringing that back. I might shave at the end of the cut, which is, by the time this video is up, it might be 5 weeks out. So yeah, no man bun, but probably a beard. When will the food challenges be back? At the end of this cut, I'm going to give it, I think, a week after my cut, but I will be bringing food challenges back. I will actually be doing, along with the food challenges, like a day in the life of The Rock or Mark Wahlberg, maybe like Matthew McConaughey or something. Something pretty funny. There's a lot of YouTubers out there, especially fitness influencers like Zac Hafner. I need to learn how to pronounce his last name real quick. It is Zac Hafner. All right, Zac Hafner. Like Zac Hafner, he does it. Matt does fitness. He does that too. Honestly, it just looks really, really fun. I'm not trying to copy their content. I just think that'd be pretty cool seeing like what top-notch celebrities are going through on a day-to-day thing, especially with what they're eating, how they train. So I will be doing those a lot. But definitely I will be bringing back food challenge and stuff like that in about 5-6 weeks from now. So keep an eye out for that content. That's gonna be fun. That is going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys actually learned a little bit more about me and who I am as a person. That was really my goal, is to kind of share a little bit more about myself so you guys get to really know me better. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. It will help me out a lot. I'm really trying to shoot for 200 subscribers before the end of 2020, and that would be huge. I know this video wasn't super exciting, but I know it was going to be something that was going to be kind of nice and chill. And yeah, I actually had a lot of fun recording it. I got to talk about things that I have not thought about in many, many years, or have not even thought about at all. So I got to learn a little bit more about myself as well. So yeah, I will catch you guys next week. We will be 5 weeks out. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.